Why we need a Batman TV show. So, I know there's several movies portraying Batman, played by different actors and all that great stuff. I know there's the Arkham video games that are very popular, which I enjoy playing, and even the new Bat Family game coming out soon, involving the three Robins and Batgirl taking on the Court of Owls. And I know Batman's in the background in a few shows like Titans and Batgirl and Gotham and whatnot. Uh, I know every minor hardcore superhero fan knows Batman's story and who he is. So, why do we need a Batman show? Well, let me tell you why. Firstly, I want to say that I don't think there's ever been a bad Batman movie or that an actor has played him badly. Um, but what a TV show offers, what a movie doesn't and can't, is more details, more villains, and just more, without it feeling rushed due to time or overcrowded with all the characters. Like, due to the movies, we know about several of his biggest villains, right? Joker, Bane, Two-Face, Riddler, as well as other side characters like Catwoman, Alfred, Ra's al Ghul. You get the gist, right? Um, but a show could use so many more of his villains. His rogue gallery is massive. There's a ton of villains that Batman has faced over the years, and a show could really use them, right? It could really show them. And these are villains that only comic book fans or fans of the Arkham video game really know about. And I'm talking guys like Professor Pig, the Wonderland Gang, Man Bat, right? Etc. We could bring in Talia al Ghul, the League of Assassins, Poison Ivy, the Bat Family, etc. A show could also really hone in on how dangerous Gotham is, as well as see what really happens in Arkham Asylum. So, for fun, I created a seven season Batman series, right? Just basic overall plot, not really honing in on the details, but if I was to create a Batman TV show, would be the overall plot to this seven season series. So I think it would be really good and people would enjoy it. So let's get started. Let me tell you how it would go down. So, season one would start off with obviously Bruce's origin story, how his parents were murdered, being raised by Alfred, gaining peak physical and mental conditioning, inheriting Wayne Enterprise, traveling the globe to learn and master fighting styles and techniques, and just becoming Batman, right? The first main villain will be the Joker. On his pursuit to find him, he's going to be led to a circus where he adopts a young teenage Dick Grayson after Joker caused his parents to be killed in the circus act. Um, and he's going to start raising and training him to be the first Robin. Uh, Sometime later on, he's going to meet a certain cat burglar going by the name of Catwoman. There's an instant attraction between them, and there's a lot of flirting, and Bruce can't turn her in, which Selena uses to her advantage a few times. But after our one night stand, she leaves Gotham because she realized he's not going to stop doing what he's doing, and she's not going to stop doing what she's doing. And so it's not going to work out, and she's just going to leave. Uh, Throughout the season, Joker is constantly making Bruce question his morality. But on the last episode, he and Dick were able to beat Joker and his thugs and Harley Quinn and put him in Arkham Asylum. This shows Bruce that he can trust Dick with holding his own and keeping a cool head while in a dangerous situation, and will start sending Robin on his own missions. The season ends when Bruce gets notified that a large, hulking man is wreaking havoc in a bank. When he gets there, he just sees a massive man with tubes in his back, just killing people with his raw physical strength. After being brutalized by this guy, Bruce gets lifted high in the air and then gets slammed back first on this guy's knee, instantly breaking his back. The guy just leaves with bags of cash, saying, "I just broke the bat with ease." And it ends with Bruce calling Dick for help and then passing out before the call could go through. Season 2 would start off with Robin getting to the bank and getting Batman out of there right as Commissioner Gordon and the cops pull up. He gets him back to the Batcave where he spends most of the season at healing. Uh, while Bruce was unconscious, Robin does some research on the big guy, right? He finds out he calls himself Bane, and he was serving life in prison for the actions of his father. And then he escaped using this drug he created that greatly enhanced his strength and durability. When Bruce wakes up, Dick tells him all this, and then Bruce and Alfred tell Dick not to go after him because he's too dangerous, and to wait on Bruce uh, until Bruce can be Batman again. Dick reluctantly agrees and spends the next few months working with Commissioner Gordon to take out Two-Face and Penguin's crime gangs, right? Um, During this time, Alfred had told Lucius Fox to tell Wayne Enterprises higher ups that Bruce had fallen very ill and will be gone for a very long time to heal. This is how Bane figures out Batman is Bruce Wayne by putting one and two together. That's Bane in the comics was able to figure it out very quickly, and I think this would be a good way for him to figure it out. Uh, he and some thugs then storm Wayne Enterprise to find out info on Bruce, right? And just to try to draw out Robin so he could finish the job, right? This is when Dick finally says enough is enough and goes to stop him, and Alfred reluctantly lets him, while Bruce is pissed about it, who is now going through physical therapy, by the way. During this fight, Dick is using his insane acrobatics to evade Bane like a boss, which is going to anger him, so he's going to up his dosage to be physically more powerful. Dick is then going to realize this, use a battering, and slice one of the tubes on his back in half. This greatly hurts Bane, and he retreats. Sometime later, Dick tracks Bane down to his hideout after stealing some info from one of Bane's thugs, only for it to be a trapped arm with explosives, and then boom. Meanwhile, Bane has figured out where the Batcave is and is there. He enters it, he goes up to Bruce's medical bed, rips off the covers, but he's not there. And then Batman just lands on his back and yanks at one of his tubes. That obviously hurt him, and they start fighting. Uh, Robin shows up eventually, and eventually they knock Bane out, ripping out all of his tubes. They then send him to rehab and then back to prison. At the end of season 2, Dick becomes his own hero under the name Nightwing because although he respects Bruce and he's happy to be Robin, he didn't like being told not to stop someone, not to help people, etc. So, and he's going to head to Bloodhaven, and he's not going to be around much for the rest of the series. He'll show up every once in a while, but that's it. Uh, but that's okay. A few nights later, Bruce Wayne is notified that one of his sports cars is being broken into. He confronts the guy, and it's just a teenager under the name of Jason Todd. So you know where that's going. And as for the rest of the series, I don't have like a solid set in stone plot or whatever. Season three's main villain would be Ra's al Ghul in the League of Assassins. Talia al Ghul and Tim Drake would be introduced. Catwoman would return and get a little jelly over Talia. After Ra's is defeated, Talia and the League would leave Gotham, or at least leave back to the shadows of Gotham, uh, without telling Bruce that she's pregnant with his son. The cliffhanger would be Joker escaping Arkham and quote unquote killing Jason Todd. Season 4 would start off maybe a year later with an enraged Batman doing whatever he can to find Joker, even resorting to trapping and torturing Harley Quinn in the Batcave to try to get info. All the while, newly recruited Tim Drake, who's Red Robin, and Barbara Gordon, who's Batgirl, are basically looking after Gotham. This is a season where Batman comes closest to dropping his morals. At some point, Joker is going to kill Alfred after a valiant effort at defending himself. And this is also when he's going to shoot Barbara Gordon in the back, permanently paralyzing her. The season would end with Batman beating the absolute tar out of Joker, about to kill him when he remembers something Alfred told him early on in the season about his morality, and he stops. He doesn't kill him, and just sends him back to Arkham. Well, first to a doctor first, and then to Arkham. Season five's villain would be Red Hood, and his entire story basically. He would be pissed at the fact Bruce did nothing to get revenge for Joker killing him, and he would be brought back via the Lazarus pit. Y'all know how this story ends. Jason eventually comes back to the Bat family under his own terms and starts the group called the Outlaws. Catwoman would have also officially joined as she and Bruce would start their relationship. Uh, in season six, a few years have passed, and it's revealed that Bruce has a 5-year-old son named Damien when he gets a frantic call from Talia. It would be frantic because she and the League were being slaughtered by someone or something. I'm not sure how I can make this season make sense, but I would really like the villain to be the Batman who laughs from another universe, looking to take over this world as he did his own. I know it'd be hard to make sense, but I imagine that Batman Who Laughs breaks Joker out to kill Batman together, only for Joker to betray him and team up with Batman because, he loves Batman, right? He loves Bruce, technically. I think I'd have the Joker kill him, tell Bruce a joke in which Bruce actually chuckles, and then he sends Joker back to Arkham. uh, and the bad guy for the seventh and final season would be Deathstroke. This season would be significant, and that Batman's identity would be revealed to the world. This season would end with Bruce basically going into retirement to raise and train Damian while acting as a mentor to the rest of the Bat family when they need help and or advice. I know I didn't go into great detail about the other villains, but just know that literally everyone in Batman's Rogue Alley would get at least an episode during the series, with some even becoming a reoccurring villain slash anti-hero like Poison Ivy and Riddler. But what do y'all think? What do y'all think of the little series that I came up with? Do y'all think there should be a Batman TV show? Let me know down in the comments. And while you're there, like and subscribe, all the great stuff. Hit the notification bell to be notified of all my future videos. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.